Welcome back, everyone, to episode 4. Episode 4.
Or 3.
Or, I think it's 4.
Maybe 2.
No, it's 4.
Is it 4?
Episode 4 of In the Garage. I'm here with Ryan, Michael, and Buford. Today we're talking about Venom Let There Be Carnage. So here's Buford with his take.
I think that Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage, is one of the worst, not just Marvel movies I've seen. It might be one of the worst superhero movies I've seen in a long time. That movie was bad.
It's not good.
It's not good at all.
But I think it's better than the first one. I think it's more fun than the first one.
I don't know.
It's hard to watch though. Like it's hard to just sit there and like get through it.
I agree.
Yeah, the pacing is terrible.
Pacing's horrible.
I mean, it's one of the worst I've ever seen. Like, I actually want to like just take a fist and just punch the director as hard as I can right in the
No,
ass.
like not even that. Like I wish I'd get my like refund on my ticket or something. Cause like I did not enjoy watching it.
Didn't we go together, Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's his name? He was there.
I didn't. I wasn't invited.
Johnny was there too.
Gustados.
Johnny Lawrence.
Either way, this movie, what it does very well, though, I will say, is it does establish
The connection.
a good villain.
It does. I do like
in
Carnage.
the sense that Carnage is sick. The actor who plays Carnage steals the show.
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson's incredible in this movie.
Now, all I'm saying is Venom as the good guy
This doesn't work.
doesn't work.
Where this movie goes wrong, like both movies, first of all, this second one doesn't advance Venom's story at
Not at all. It
Literally,
has no reason.
there was no reason to have a second
Besides
one.
the
To make more money.
post-credit scene.
And to make more money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the end credit. But honestly, I think it would have been better for Venom the character if there was none of this movie and then you just go straight into the Spider-Man movie and he's there and he's just like mean. Like, honestly,
But the
I'd
whole
rather
thing
just
is,
see that than what we got.
but with the whole end credit scene and him meeting
It
Spider-Man,
makes no sense though.
makes no sense.
What was the thing you saw? You cannot see.
I cannot see Tom Holland, or no, I can't see Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock having any sort of beef with Tom Holland.
Because they both are just like losers. Like why would they
Tom
hate
Holland
each other?
Spider-Man's like 16.
Like nice.
Eddie Brock is like a grown man who's just like bum from San Francisco. How is he gonna beef with a 16-year-old from New York?
Yeah,
Other
that
than the
is
fact,
true.
other than the fact that he's Spider-Man.
Other than the fact that he's Spider-Man, but
Why would he hate Spider-Man?
and this we've spent 2 movies establishing Venom as a good guy. Why would he all of a sudden now just want to kill Spider-Man?
That's what I'm saying.
It was bad.
This movie makes
I
no
never thought
sense.
of it
This
like
movie
that.
literally
It's
is so dumb. There
It's
was,
horrible.
there was no reason for this movie.
Not at all. I do.
Although there was a reason. It should have been that he like becomes more bad.
What are the odds that come out with the third one though?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully
not.
low.
Jesus.
It's just one of those things like where you know it's gonna be bad, but you still gotta watch it anyways.
It's like a
That's
car.
that's how this movie was. I only watched it because the end credit scene. Because I heard it was going to connect to Spider-Man. So I was like, I guess I have to see it.
It's like a car crash. You gotta watch
You
this.
can't look away.
Can't look away, man.
Something in the movie that I just Venom talking. Way too much of like the actual parasite talking.
He makes too many bad jokes.
And
It's not that I hate that he talks. It's what they make him say.
And dude,
Yeah,
the way
some
he
of the lines
talks,
are
his
bad.
voice, you can't
It's-
understand him.
No, it's just annoying. It's just like a real edited, like honestly bad production. Like
It reminds me of like the old like Batman voice.
yeah, it's like not.
Like
It's
you just can't understand
It's
him.
like dumb.
It's just a bad choice.
Bad choice of the voice.
There's room for a lot of improvement.
And then there's just like some scenes where they try to go like real horror, and it would be good if they were rated R.
I agree.
Because there could be blood and screaming.
Like you see Carnage like bite people's heads off,
but there's
and there's no blood, nothing.
You're like what?
Like it just does. It kind of like takes you out of the movie.
There should be more blood and more like horror. Oh, there is some horror elements, but it's not like scary because it's PG-13.
Yeah. I think the way Carnage looks and like moves, the CGI is really good on him.
Same with that.
And there's probably like 2 scenes. The only like scenes I can like remember enjoying in the movie is when Carnage is out killing people. Like the
No,
scene
for
in the
sure.
prison when he's just killing like all the guards and he's like escaping. I'm
Or
like,
even the
that's
scene
it.
where they're like in the car and he like
Mhm.
becomes
Yeah.
Carnage. I thought that like the girl part with him,
Shriek.
I thought that was,
I didn't like
Less.
Shriek.
or she could have been used more well, but I just
She was just a plot device.
yeah,
she was just like-
only used really to kill Carnage.
Well, the only reason like she was only there, I feel like, to make like Carnage to give Carnage motivation.
That, but like,
But he doesn't need one.
But
His
they
name
almost
is
make
Carnage.
Venom look dumb because
Yeah.
if it wasn't for Shriek messing up and like screaming,
Then Eddie Brock was.
Eddie Brock never
Dunzo.
killed. Yeah, so they kind of like buried their hero. They buried Venom in the movie.
It was all
It's just a
around
train
bad.
wreck.
Well,
It was a train.
The first Venom, the Venom movie in 2018, got a 30% Rotten Tomatoes, and this one got a 59%.
Well, do you know what Rotten
Because Woody Harrelson
Do you know that
carries the entire.
But do you know
movie.
that
He's the only redeeming factor.
Rotten Tomatoes is like a self like made place that like it's like an like it
What?
like I feel like they're almost like paid off. Like it's like they're
They paid off to get a 30%.
no, I'm not saying there.
We're back after some technical difficulties. We're talking about Rotten Tomatoes score. Venom 2 got what? 55?
Venom Let There Be Carnage got a 59, and the first Venom made in 2018 got a 30.
My point was I wouldn't take much stock in those because a lot of like top tier movies, you look at Rotten Tomatoes scores and you're like, how is this movie like so like badly rated? You're like,
I agree.
I agree. And
But honestly, I think Let There Be Carnage at 50 is honestly, it's generous.
Dude, it's,
I think it's generous, and I think honestly,
I mean, at 50 is.
No, you don't know. Dude, I'm comparing these movies to other Marvel and like
No,
superhero
yeah.
movies. If you compare these to like just like a regular movie, it's not terrible.
it's good
But it's compared to the other.
compared to the it's good.
I think that I just don't think there was a reason. For
No,
this
not
movie.
at all.
I don't think they needed to other than to make money.
Personally, I think it's one of Marvel's. In recent years that I've seen, it's one of their worst
Yeah.
films.
Also, both Venom movies are bottom.
Yeah,
I mean-
this one I personally though I like this one better than the first one just because Woody Harrelson. He's an absolute.
It's just more fun.
I don't even remember the first one really that much. Like,
They
both are just so
boring.
They both are just forgettable to me.
I think you have the two movies have two very different problems. I think the first one's too slow and boring,
Yes.
and this one, the pacing is so like fast that I thought we were like in the first act of the movie.
No, I wrote
And
that
then
down.
and then the next thing I know, it's like the final fight.
I literally wrote.
There's the pacing's horrible.
I wrote that down. There's no middle.
There's no second act.
There's no second act at all.
You go from like, oh look, Eddie's
Yeah.
still with Venom, how they're doing,
Yeah.
to oh he's fighting Carnage to the death. Final scene.
Dude, it gets so boring and stupid when he loses Venom.
Mhm.
Like how, like this, there's like the scene where he's throwing Venom's like destroying his apartment.
That's not. I don't think that's a bad scene. I think it's.
Dude, what? Why would Venom just like attack him if he didn't like him?
It's like throwing him around. But I think the bottom tier scene is. I know Sam's gonna agree with me. The old Chinese lady and she has
Oh.
Venom.
Dude, that is the worst scene I've ever. I think that's the worst Marvel scene I've seen.
It's bad.
I was watching that.
It's not
I was
good.
watching him like I was watching a like
I think we looked at each other
And we were
in
like-
theaters and we were just like, what?
no because it was supposed to be like sexy. She was trying to like
she like seduced Venom.
yeah, but she was trying to be sexy and it was.
And it was just so cringy.
It was so
Me and
bad.
Sam looked over at each other.
I was like, why did they keep this in the? I was like, when the writers wrote this, what made them think? All right, he's gonna. The way that they're gonna find Venom in this huge San Francisco town is by going to this random convenience store and seducing it. Like, how did that happen?
I don't understand the writing at all.
Yeah, I
they were
don't-
like, okay, let's make
Dude,
Eddie lose Venom.
No, everything happens in the movie too, like just by chance. Like, there's so many
Just
things-
by chance.
Right, there's so many just by chance. I mean, that's any movie.
But
I
no.
feel like the superhero movies especially. There's so
No,
many
yeah,
just by
but I
chance
think this
moments.
one's just. It's
No,
just
this
like
one's insane.
the plot. It's just the plot convenience.
No, right, just plot convenience. Oh, he's at some convenience store because.
No, they know. They're just gonna guess and know.
Oh
exactly
no,
what
there's
it
two
is.
terrible scenes in this movie. There's the scene where
There's a couple.
I think the two worst scenes of the whole movie.
Oh, I have a bad
the
scene.
seduced scene and there's the scene where he goes to the party. And
The scene. Oh, the scene where Venom goes to like the rave is so pointless.
Dude, not only that, it's so unbelievably dumb in the fact that people aren't realizing that the huge news creature Venom is at their party.
They think it's a guy in a costume.
He's like 6'10", maybe taller,
Look.
like way bigger. I'm like, what is going on
That
here?
and I don't understand. Someone sat down and was like, "We need to make this movie longer. Let's make Venom go to a rave and like dance."
What was the point of it?
No.
The only point was like for him to be like he was able to be himself. Like what?
No, there is no point to it.
No.
There really
And
wasn't.
I got another bad scene.
I think there's what's the other one?
When Eddie is sitting down reading like the letter from Cletus Cassidy, and like the letter like animates, and like you see like his backstory like animated like as he
Oh,
drew it.
Yeah.
Like it has no that type of like scene has no place in like a Venom movie. Where
There's
like
so
you
many-
see like animated characters like telling the backstory, like little drawings, like that's just so weird. So out of place.
No, you just expect a Venom movie to be like over the top, like gory, violent, killing, and this movie's like a sad,
That's not
like
what you get at all.
and you just get a sad Eddie Brock running the city, like just sad as shit.
Eddie Brock. You said the S word.
Sam, he apologizes for his language.
No, he doesn't.
He regrets nothing.
I really don't.
So any final points?
Terrible movie.
Not good.
What would you guys rank?
Don't
We
even
never
go
do this.
see
What
it.
would you just grade the movie?
Illegally stream it online.
We've never done that.
A through.
F through A.
Just regular.
I give it a D.
I'd give it.
Just because Woody Harrelson's absolutely incredible in it.
I'd say I'd throw a little like D plus
Yeah, D's fair.
because it's not a good movie. The
But it's not
pacing's
the worst
horrible.
thing
The plot's
It's not
horrible.
the worst thing I've ever seen.
But there were some scenes where I was
there's
like,
enough
yes.
action where you're like, all right.
There's I think Woody Harrelson and like just Carnage and the character in general do a great job at distracting you from how horrible this movie is.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's it.
All right.
That's all we have for today.
I have a headache.
Thanks for listening to In the Garage, episode 4.
In the garage.
Hold on. We got the actual song.
Oh.
No copyright intended.
All copyright intended.
no,
Yeah.
it's all.
No, we gotta save River.
By the way, Jason's Toothbrush Company.
Yep.
50% off on your next order using the code DAD.
Using the-